Hi there and welcome to the PonderingDan Podcast, where we talk all things teaching, education, pedagogy and technology. I'm your host Danny Summerall, and if you're new to the show, make sure you leave a review and share with your peers. Connect with me on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at PonderingDan, as well as at PonderingDan.com. Hi everyone, it's a bit of a different episode of the PonderingDan Podcast this week. With so much happening in the world of education right now as we enter uncharted territory as a result of COVID-19 coronavirus. So there's already thousands of schools in lockdown around the world with learning happening remotely and thousands more preparing for such an eventuation. In Australia, at the time of recording, schools are still business as usual, but events attracting any more than 500 people have been banned. People are asking if schools will be shutting early, and if they do, what would this look like? And I know many teachers have been thinking about this over the last few days as well. So I'm not going to speculate on what will happen, but I know that as a teaching community, it's a great time to be connected. There are plenty of people online that have success stories to share and resources are plenty. One of the best collections I've seen so far is from Kathleen Morris in Australia, who's created an ultimate guide to teaching online due to school closures. It's got some great tips for daily structures, online resources and checklists. So if you want to find this guide, go to theedublogger.com and I'll also put that link in the description below. So in light of what's been happening, it didn't feel right to release my next planned episodes. But with so much uncertainty right now, I had to ask myself, what can I do to help? I enjoy helping teachers, and I can do that by sharing information on Twitter or Facebook as I find it. I can give advice to teachers that may be unfamiliar with a lot of digital resources or platforms. I can point people in the right direction of experts that I know in my network. And these might be small things, but they're in my control and they might be just what you need. So I put together a few little tidbits of advice for teachers that I thought would be worthwhile sharing. The first one is to get online and see what teachers are sharing. In particular, check Twitter and follow the Aussie Ed or EdChat hashtags. Find people that are sharing information about teaching remotely and follow them. And a great one to start with is Kathleen Morris. And you can find her at Kathleen_Morris. And I'll also put her link in the description below. Number 2, if you're already using digital platforms such as Google Classroom or Seesaw at school, that's great. But make sure you're using it to its full potential. You can upskill yourself on most platforms by checking their help pages. Seesaw is great as it offers many different PD in your PJs sessions. Obviously, YouTube is a valuable resource as well. Number 3, if you don't use digital platforms often, check some out. My favourite is Seesaw, but also check out Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams or Edmodo, just to name a few. There are many more, but my advice is to play with them. Set yourself up a test classroom and experiment with assigning work. It can even be helpful to set up fake students to see what their side of things look like. My daughter is my guinea pig when I'm testing out new resources, but by doing all this it can help you learn quicker, especially if you're a bit of a kinesthetic learner like myself. Number 4, share what you're learning with your teacher peers. You might find something that works really well for your context. If that's the case, you need to tell your peers what that is. You might quickly become the local expert and need to help others understand how to use something. Even better is to share what you're doing on social media. As teachers, we need to support each other in any way we can, and sharing is the best way to do that. And number 5, bring your devices home from school each day, just in case. For me, I always do this anyway, but I know a lot of teachers that don't like to bring their devices home as it helps them to maintain a good work-life balance. Obviously, that's very important, but if you aren't able to get into school the next day, you might find yourself in a bit of a predicament. For any teachers out there that have questions or want to have a conversation about any of this, follow me on Twitter at PonderingDan or join my Facebook page of the same name. Let's stick together and support each other through these crazy times. For now, let's stay positive. We'll get through all of this together and we'll be wiser from it. Enjoy your week, stay safe, and until next time, I'm Danny. Bye.